right. Is it not? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, it's there. Unnatural selection is where we left off. So I think this is where we make a vampire. Continue. Dude, that Doris, oh my gosh, that was so difficult.
I know we're facing a crisis, but I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked.
Honestly, dude. There's even a key. Like I said, I don't want to take anything from the Ascalon Club. Nothing at all.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Wow. Wow.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Bruh, it's brave talking about that here of all places.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Wow.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, and yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Bro, I need her to be careful. Like, what? With all the stuff she's saying? Okay, now this is something I can pick up. I'll take this because it's a note. History and purpose of the Ascalon Club. The Ascalon... Bro, I can't read for 1 second. I'm getting tired. Oh my gosh. The Ascalon Club is an association of gentlemen secretly aiming for the protection of the crown's interests. I founded it in 1837 to honor and perpetuate the legacy of my maker, William Marshall, the first Earl of Pembroke, and true protector of England. All the members of the club must be of good extraction and flawless moral fiber, since the club accepts mortal members who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for immortality. The goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions and behaviors amongst the good vampire society, but also to promote and expand the imperial hegemony of England. I don't know that word. We are the true elite of the British society. We are Ascalon, the Holy Lance held by St. George's, protector of England. When the saint slew the dragon, as lance bearers ourselves, we vowed to defend the empire's interests from the law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. Okay. I think that key upstairs will bring me into that room, to be honest.
For as long as I've been a member, I've never seen so few vampires attending the club nights.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Women die too. In this war.
Temple Garden. Oh, what are you guys?
Stay away! Stupid beast! That's got her! Over there! There's one of them!
You guys didn't drop anything? That was an accident, by the way. What's over here? Oh, is this a park? Oh, how cool. I haven't gone to the park yet.
Over there! There's one of them burning!
Oh my gosh, dude.
Pay for that!
Or can you stop that? Okay, you dropped something though. Okay. I like that. Okay, in the park, tall tree.
This is not the place for you, sir.
You? Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay, but the park, this is where like the father's. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Dude, that level up that I leveled up my guy made it so good. Like, made it so much easier. What the heck? I thought that was like a different animal. I can open this now, yeah? And then that unlocks it. Where is this at? Oh, this is the ill-formed. Oh. I was gonna use my syringe. My serum. My blood serum. And there's a park, yeah. Okay, a large tree. To be honest, let's just go to the mission. Let's just go, but come back here later.
Stop! Right now! Leech spotted! Watch out! Murdering bastard!
Oh, you guys dropped stuff this time. How sweet. Oh, okay, I see why I didn't want to go this way last time. Is any of these a gunner?
Step away, sir. This one's mine! You kill it! I'll take it! Want some of this?
Is he running all the way downstairs? I hear him. I hear him like. Tuk, tuk, tuk.
I cannot enter.
The blind gourmet's menu. Oh, this is his
Restaurant where
shop.
the guests are blindfolded.
Oh wait, blind.
Seated. Intriguing.
That's cool. I'm close to his house. I'm very close to his house. I forgot the dude's name is a lone gourmet, not the blind gourmet.
It's locked, all right. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
So I'm guessing I go through the park anyways. Yeah, I do. So unnecessarily dangerous. Alright, but while we're here, since we're already in the park, let's look at our father's note. Okay, if you want to know more, all you have to do is remember how happy we were back in those days. If you want to find the next message, thank green grass and tall trees on sunny Sundays. Green grass and tall trees. And that's the park. But we gotta find green grass. Green grass and tall trees. Where? Is it the beast that's coming to fight me? Really? He couldn't even get up. Green grass and tall trees. Well, here's green grass. I mean, here's green grass and tall trees, but it's not enough. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm cooking in the oven. Well, I'm not really cooking. I'm heating up pizza. So I'll be right back. Gotta go make sure I get it out before it's done. Hello. Alright, I set another timer for another like 10 minutes from now so that my food is cooled off enough to cut. Green grass and tall trees. Oh, jeez. Something happened over here. Okay, well, here's tall trees and green grass. He hid in the trash can. No, I'm just kidding. This is a really sketchy place. Is it a hideout? It's not a hideout. That is a hideout.
There has been a fight here. I can see a blood trail. Left by one of the antagonists, perhaps? What a mess. Something terrible happened here.
This is a hideout. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, but before we do all that, let's go back to the park. Was that person there earlier? I didn't even come from that way on. That's wild. I'm still looking for like what he meant. Did I already do this part? I looked over here, right? When I was looking for the letter. Secret. Oh. Reed Mansion, 4th April 1908. My dear son, this is my second letter for you. If you find this one, it only means you'll probably have shown the first part to your sister Mary and to my dear Emmeline. I think it's a good thing you don't keep it to yourself what you discover, but I leave that for you to decide. Yeah, I didn't show it to you though. Do you remember our long walks in this park? Your mother taught you your alphabet under these trees. I hid so many wonderful treasures for you and Mary in this park. You were both so clever, so brilliant. I've always known you'd both become great people. I've always been proud of you. I was never able to conceal my pride when I was asked what you wanted to be. He'll be whatever he wants. Your mother was convinced you would be a great an artist like her. That gave me a stroke. You always liked to read and write. I still keep your very first poem. Like I keep Mary's first drawing. When you chose to follow medical studies, your mother was sagacious enough to cover her trepidations and her worries. Me, I was happy you did not become a dual banker like me. When you told us you wanted to pursue a career in medicine, to improve life for all, without consideration of wealth, I knew we, as your parents, had taught you the most important lesson of all, to respect each and every soul for what they are, not what they have. If you want to know more, all you have to do is remember which hospital you chose to apply for your first internship. I am, as ever, your loving father.
I had almost forgotten I applied for a position at Pembroke. It was so long ago.
So I have to go back to Pembroke Hospital. Okay. Well, we're gonna go through the shadowy figure now.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Dirty blood sample, what the heck? And I'm guessing he killed that guy. How dare you interfere with my hunt? I mean, you're blocking the path, dude, to where I needed to go. I could have swore okay, I guess it was just faint blood right there. This will get me into the neighborhood. Okay, I got a minute 40 left before I gotta go check on the pizza and cut it. And get myself some slices. Some slices. So you're telling me this tunnel leads to one mansion and one mansion only? Oh, it was a rat.
I have this thirst.
That was an accident, dude. Oh, wow. I could have got to the neighborhood through there, maybe.
I cannot enter.
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon.
Okay, I'm gonna stop that. And this one's not as necessary because it's already out.
Show me your power.
There ain't no way. He's gonna create another shadow.
Die.
Like, he should be easier than Doris. It's just that it's such a tight and constrained place.
Foolish Echo.
Is that Volkod? Oh, he's gonna summon another guy.
Die, newborn. Your blood is now mine.
Bro, I almost died because I got over aggressive. That's messed up. Right? That's messed up that I almost died because I got over aggressive. Alright, be right back. Be right back. I'm going. Oh my gosh. Stream disconnected again? I'll be right back. I'm going to first I'm gonna check the stream. And then oh my gosh, disconnected. Okay. Stream seems fine on that. Alright. So stream seems fine. I'm gonna go get the pizza. And I will be right back. I can't believe I was dropping frames like crazy. Alright, so be right back. Alright, hopefully stream stops dropping frames. Because that's annoying, you know? And it's annoying that it's only started dropping frames since I've upgraded my internet. Like, it didn't drop frames before. Alright. Anything of note down here? Oh wait, he dropped like a letter thing, right? I don't think he did actually. Oh wait, species of vampire. Never let the size of a Volcod fool you. These massive bastards can be as quick as any leech, and it can be put down the same way, by puncturing and pinning their rotten carcass to the ground before beheading them. Remember, it's all about the preparation and exploiting your target's weaknesses. The problem, of course, is that Volcods have no weaknesses. They are strong, sensible, and deadly. Fast, sensible, and deadly. They are killing machines with one simple goal, to put their huge claws around your neck. So, if any of you lads are unlucky enough to ever face a Volcod, just remember, this: dodge and make it mad. Hurt it, taunt it, and make it lose its temper. Volcod's brain lose it when irritated enough. They stop thinking and start blindly attack. This is your only chance to win, by gaining tactical advantage against a stupid beast. Use it. Know your enemies. Okay, so that's what he dropped. Is that where I came from? No, it's not. I came from up there. What the heck? Can I get over there?
It's locked.
Okay. Was there something over here? It's locked, alright. What was the point of even having this accessible? It looks like there was like one of those vampires that are ill-formed. I'm guessing you could open that up with like water. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna jump up here, see what's up here. Maybe we could get to that guy who's dead. And open that gate. Yeah, there's the guy. Oh, you poor soul. Soiled letter. My name is Robert Teasdale. To whoever may find this message, please try to help my daughter, Louise. Disappeared a few weeks ago. She was seen for the last time in a bar in the neighborhood. Not the one where she works as a waitress, but another one. The Dancing Trout. 2 witnesses saw her leave the place with an elegant and unknown man. Maybe a foreigner? There are many rumors of men and women vanishing in the area. I'm convinced my Louise has been abducted and is kept somewhere nearby. I know the police will not help, for they already have more important things to do. So I've decided to look for Louise by myself. If you find this letter, it means I failed saving her. My Louise is a good girl who does not deserve to die like this. She is a medium size with dark hair and a scar on her right cheek. Please search for her and finish the work for me. God bless.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Okay. He was determined to save her, that's facts. I need some blood.
This is despicable.
I just realized I literally could have just turned around. Was there another way? Oh, no, it just leads that way. Okay. So that raises water. That lowers it. This one lowers it more. Okay, so there is an order. Or not. There is an order. So you do that, and then you do this when it lowers it all the way.
I cannot enter.
Maybe I need it all the way up. Okay, I'm gonna go through that little tunnel real quick. Secret tunnel. Again, what is the point? Is this just to be like a maze? Like, I don't even see anything secret in these places either. Oh, what the heck? Well, there's a blood trail that I see now. Oh, there's another one. Wait, this door has been unlocked? What about the other door? Because the other door has blood trail. It's still locked.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, alright. I guess I can't go up there. Might as well open it. Where the f did you guys come from? What the fuck? Okay. That's wild. I don't know where those holes came from. But it makes sense why all that blood is on the floor. My gosh. Bro, that's not fair. Okay. You're done, buddy. I can't believe that they just like ambushed me like that. That was actually pretty rude. Alright, well now let's open this door. And then we can lower it. All the way back down to the bottom. It goes lower, right? I think that's the lowest it goes. Am I following the blood or? Or you see a whole bunch of rats. Oh, wait. Oh, she's here. Whenever you see a whole bunch of rats like we see right here, that means something crazy is about to happen. Bro, she's screaming from over there. Okay, we're going for Louise.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Disgusting arsehole!
Oh my gosh, that didn't even hurt him.
I'll never be your wife! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
I needed to do something, you know. Oh my gosh.
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Bro.
Arsehole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
Bro. It's because he had his like heels on. That guy's a pretty powerful enemy. By defeating her abductor.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Let me go, you bastard! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Disgusting arsehole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
I'm dead.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Recent diary. I've just arrived in London after a grueling journey from Manchester. This city is sad and despaired. It will not be difficult to find a woman willing to escape death here. I cannot wait to start my research. Soon, I won't be a virgin anymore. Oh my gosh. The cell is ready. All I must do now is find the appropriate candidate and bring her in. She will be beautiful and gentle and with a nice temper. I've already tested my persuasion ability on a few women and it worked. Most of the time, but I don't want my future bride to be submissive. I will use my power to bring her here, and then I'll tell her what I intend to do, and I'll let her accept. This is important. I want my lady to willingly accept to become my wife for eternity. I found the perfect match. Her name is Louise. She is a waitress in a public house, and she is quite charming. I love her attitude when serving drink in the bar. Tough and proud. I'm sure she will accept my offer. Once she is mine, once the vampire blood will have achieved her metamorphosis, her face shall heal properly, and her scars will disappear. Then she will be perfect beauty. The perfect beauty I'm the only one to see right now. I don't understand. Louise refuses my proposition. Why would she? I promised her I would never force her to do anything. I may let her starve a little, then she'll understand. I'm her only option.
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again. You should return to a safer place, Miss Teasdale. What's more, I'm not sure you should see your father in his condition. He was savagely disfigured.
Thank you for your sympathy, Doctor. But I recently learnt to stare horror in the face.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again.
Ghost friendly.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight. But since you are also a night...
Hello?
You open the
have
trunk?
you noticed anything strange which requires
For real?
close attention?
Yeah, bro.
1 second. I'll be right back.
Does the name Fergal ring a bell? Fergal Bansha.
Of course it does. Fergal Bansha, the Butcher of Galway. Hung in Dublin in 1857 for murdering more than 20 men with his bare hands. Why are you so interested in dead criminals, sir?
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I have a missing woman, possibly abducted a few nights ago. Louise Teasdale. It seems you already found my other missing person, Mr. Tadao Kimura.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No. But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Goodbye for now, Miss Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I am
Good evening,
glad
sir.
to see you again.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Dr. Reed, I am glad.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe...
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just...
Dude, this whole time I've been talking and it's been muted. Oh my gosh.
I want my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
That's a shame.
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear, too confused.
Go on, please.
Where should I start? The world is chaos. Men go mad, and nature itself runs roughshod over us all.
This is not the first time mankind has faced a deadly epidemic or a war.
Men kill each other, while nature decides to kill them all. I don't know what scares me the most. Do you?
Plagues and epidemics can be seen as an implacable force, a curse even. But the ferocity of mankind worries me more, for we choose what we do.
Yes. At least nature is not aware of all the suffering she brings to us. At least that's what I am hoping.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Okay, where's your brother? Miss Pericles.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
What?
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
No, I'm not.
Good for you. It's a good thing to have a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions. Don't you think?
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
Bro, are they...
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you.
I'm so confused.
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for sure, since I have no watch. But the night is still young, and I am not tired.
Is that the most honest answer you can give me?
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important to you?
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand things. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to obey such rules?
I know one thing. I do not understand who you are.
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few words or a few lines?
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem is, it's precisely what I don't know that frightens me. So I suppose I can't really answer your question.
If you finally manage to leave London, where do you intend to go?
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better than the previous one.
Such a place doesn't exist. There are never any guarantees that tomorrow will be a better day.
That would mean I have no hope left. And I just can't accept such a conclusion.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of déjà vu when I talk to you?
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
How long have you been waiting for this man?
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him. Not a pleasant thought.
It could be dangerous for you, waiting here all night.
That's quite true. But what other choice do we have? We are waiting here until we finally go.
Mr. Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the strangest.
Really? I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong with that?
Why are you still waiting for this person?
What would be the point of going before meeting the man, as he's going to help us leave?
Pericles, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave. Perhaps we should stay a little longer. How can I tell?
And where exactly are you thinking of going?
In a place where I will finally have that feeling, to be where I belong. The world has to be meaningless chaos to make such a heaven plausible.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
The crime of lost knowledge. Vampires are dangerous, deadly, vicious sometimes. This is a fact and I won't deny it. And that's precisely why we must understand what they are, sometimes who they are, in order to achieve a better mutual understanding. Do you remember the interview with Titus Flavius Josephus, conducted by one of us in 1548 when he finally encountered the creature in Spain? Remember how each and every You remember how each of the very carefully chosen words expressed by this vampire warmed our heart each time we read them? For they were all extraordinary windows to the past of which we only have glimpses. Well, Titus Flavius Josephus is no more, since the Vatican's hunters destroyed him a few weeks ago, and with him vanishes unearthed treasures of knowledge about the pillars of our civilization. This is a crime, probably as heartbreaking as the killing of an innocent life by a vampire. This is exactly why the path of the Guard of Priwen is as criminal as it is barren. For each time they successfully conduct one of their methodical hunts on the old vampires of England, instead of carefully and respectfully approaching them, they destroy a part of our common roots with immortals. They wipe an opportunity. The concept of a great hunt is a crime, for it blindly kills words and thoughts. From drinking at the fountain of knowledge by Usher Taltree, primate of St. Paul.
Jonathan Reed.
Oh, you're the one who wrote it.
Last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then?
Oh, I can tell you many things. But they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Here is the money.
The alchemist. A wise and cunning mind who lives by lying to all but himself. He sells false promises and is proud of it.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The snake.
Oh, it just gives me hints about people. I'm gonna not read anymore.
A shaming betrayal. Hate.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
For how long have you been?
It's messed up. I won't read his thing.
15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time. Sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths.
Alright, we have 20 minutes until 11 o'clock. And I don't even know how long I've been live for because my stream timer froze at 58 minutes. And every time I look at it, it's 58 minutes. So hopefully I'm still live. Let me see. Hopefully I'm still live. If I move my hand like this. Okay. Because I didn't do that earlier. Alright. Well, okay.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. Cards always tell the truth.
Sorry, I had to go back to this. Alright, cards always tell the truth.
Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
I would rather not know. How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. Pain will never stop.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Ruin and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then. A strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate, and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander. Yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trials awaiting in the future.
Perhaps London will...
But they are never easy to read.
It's locked.
I'm pretty sure if I, like, killed him, I would get to, why do I hear that? It sounds like in Harry Potter, when, the doors, like, the secret passageways open up. Yeah, the bakers, the detective. The trash can. Oh, so this is his mansion, like... And this is a hideout. Okay, well, we gotta get to Aloysius. And I'm not gonna kill him. Right? So I'm not gonna kill him, so no matter what happens, I'm not killing him. I don't know if I asked him about him.
Still conducting your nocturnal survey?
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Aldrin.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
Those dudes are weird.
What are the guards trying to tell? Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. The Fool and the Empress, again. What are the cards trying?
It's locked.
This is no place for you, sir. There's one of them burning. Fear no evil.
Dude, I'm just trying to get to Aloysius, whatever his name is. Aloysius. So I can make my vampire progeny. Bruh. I just ran right past them. Oh, that is dark as heck. That's like spooky dark. Holy shoot. It doesn't like Aloysius has any problems with vampires.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold. So cold.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
There was a third option? Real quick, because I'm doing pacifist, right? I want to see if this affects my pacifist stuff. Yeah, I was doing them for Julian, but... Wait. Okay. You happy? Happy Valentine's Day, Maddie.
Say happy Valentine's Day, brother. Tell my husband.
Are you ready for immortality, Mr. Dawson? Drink now, and say farewell to life as you prepare to be reborn.
What do you mean, drink? What about the blood transfusion?
I'm the doctor and the vampire here, so I'll give the orders. Drink, sir. Now.
All right.
Good. That's enough. That's enough, I said.
I will not die. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh no. You will die, sir. Steel yourself. You're already in death's grip.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
Yes, my lord. Ascalon has a new recruit, as you ordered.
Wonderful news. I've waited for this outcome for so long. Tonight you served your country, the king himself, beyond all expectation.
Thank you, my lord.
No, thank you, Dr. Reed. Now, could you do me one last favor?
Of course. What is it?
Go outside and talk with that disgusting creature I saw waiting for you in front of this mansion.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll have a look.
Good. I didn't kill her on the spot, for she claims to be a friend of yours. But don't you dare bring such a creature near me again.
Is it Bridget?
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
No time to lose then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so all right, so when I was looking to see if turning him into a vampire, oh dang, look at my guy. If turning him into the vampire, if it would, where am I going? This way. This way. This way. Okay, yeah, when I looked and see if turning him into the vampire was gonna affect the pacifist, right? I read that the pacifist stuff I already lost. And I'm hurt. Like I super lost the pacifist stuff. Alright, but we are going to end the stream because I want to end this a little bit earlier today. So I'm going to level up some things and end the stream. More stamina would be nice. I wonder if more people are going to die. Oh yeah, they instantly all got sick. Did they die? It's crazy how he did that and then everybody became sick, literally. Okay, well, we're ending stream. It's a shame that we couldn't complete the Pacifist because I didn't realize that you have to turn people into vampires. So like your choices that you make within the story, like if you say yes or no to something, or like I'm gonna just spare you or I'm gonna mesmerize you, right? It affects your pacifist play, you know? So like I mesmerized Dorothy, telling her like you'll forget about everything you know, or something like that, or no, you're not gonna blackmail them, right? But doing that turned her into a scowl. And just because she became a scowl, that ended my chance of getting the pacifist achievement. Sean, I didn't turn him into a vampire. I allowed him to be as he was because he said that, he said that he was good. And I accepted that. And then he became a freaking serial killer. Then we have all these events that popped up all over the map. That I still have to go to. Alright, but I'm done for the night. So, good night. If it's morning, good morning. Have a good day. I will see you guys next time.